Hey, this is Danielle over at DIYDanielle.com, and today we're going to talk about how to make an easy door snake to prevent drafts in your home. First, you need to measure the width of your door. This is going to impact how big a cut of fabric you need. This one is 36 inches, and I added a 1/2 inch seam allowance for each side. That means the total length of my fabric cut is 37 inches. Then my height of my fabric, or my other side of my fabric, is 13 inches or 6.5 inches folded over. Your next step is going to be to measure out your fabric. In this case, I have a long strip that I'm cutting. I folded it over so that way I have one less seam to sew. If you cut two pieces, you're going to need to sew the extra long seam as well. So what we want to do is, ideally you want this ironed. If I was making a shorter one for our big 2 doors, I would just iron and then cut maybe. But because this is such a long piece, I'm going to do this, then I'll iron. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's just a doorstop. So here it is. It's about 6.5, I believe, inches. About 6.5, almost 7 inches wide, folded over. And I'm going to cut all the way over here, cutting, this is called your selvage. You don't want to use that when you're sewing. So we're just going to cut it straight. Now, again, this is not, normally I would be a little bit more careful about cutting and making sure everything was perfect. But in this case, it doesn't really need to be. I'm not too stressed about this being perfect. Okay, my next step is going to be to iron this. I have a heat press, easy press from Cricut that I use instead of an iron just because I don't want to keep 2 things in the room. And I'm just going to iron down the parts that are a little wrinkled. I should probably iron the whole thing, but I'm not too stressed right now. This one is actually pretty good. This is the shorter one, and this is the longer one. This one needs more. So I'm going to iron these, and then I can get to sewing. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to sew a stitch, straight stitch, or you could serge the edges, whatever you want to do. This way we have a 1/2 inch seam allowance. We're going to sew it here. I'm going to sew it all the way over here. In the middle, stop. Back stitch. Leave a gap. Sew back stitch, and then finish up. So you go here. That way you're stuffing from the middle. The reason you may want to stuff from the middle, especially for the longer one, is that you've got a lot of shoving stuff in there. There's a lot of stuff you need to shove in and make sure it's nice and compacted, and it's easier to do that from the middle. Okay, so as you can see, I sewed along the top. It's hard to see it because it's white, but I sewed along the top and the sides. 1/2 inch seam allowance again. And here I am sewing down the side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to back stitch here. Okay. Gonna cut the thread. And I'm going to give myself a good amount of space. So just put your hand in and find where you're comfortable shoving your hand in there, because you're going to have to flip this. So then go to that point and start your sewing again. It's just a little extra work to hand sew it closed again. But you know what? You're saving yourself time in other areas, so you're just kind of picking your poison there. Okay, so I'm done sewing it, except for, of course, the gap. We're going to find the gap, which is going to take me a second. So I can shove my hand through here now. And hopefully you backstitch a little, because then it helps keep. And I'm going to shove my hand all the way up here and pull it right size fabric out, which I can't do with the phone in my hand. Jeez. Okay, so as you can see, I pulled this part of it and made sure to poke out each corner. Now I'm going to turn this side. Okay, so as you can see, I have 2 long tubes now. They have a little hole in them. The one on this This one is here. And what I need to do is stuff these. Usually I would use something like polyfill. However, this is a doorstop. And yeah, so polyfill can get expensive. And my thought here is that this is a great time to upcycle some old items that you want to get rid of. So I have an old blanket, I have some scraps from sewing. I'm going to stuff these in here. And what that does, it's going to create kind of a lumpy product. It's not as nice looking as if you use polyfill. However, it'll be a little bit heavier, which in my opinion is ideal because it won't shift or move or blow around, or the kids can't move it around quite so easily. So it's more likely to stay in place. It's also free. So there's that benefit. This I would not even donate this to an animal shelter. It's messed up and it's bleached and it's dog's nails get caught in it, so it's not ideal. So I'm going to cut these into strips and shove them inside these holes, and then I can hand sew these closed. As you can see, I cut up that blanket into strips so I can stuff it in. I've started stuffing some fabric in. This was the scraps from another sewing project. Okay guys, this is the last section. All we need to do is sew this closed and we're done. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to go and check out the photo tutorial on DIYDanielle.com, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.